Hi guys, it's been a few weeks since I have done an informational video about homeschool, but I am setting up our day. Today is August 31st, and we did a soft start to our homeschool. And what a soft start is, if you, well, the way I use the word soft start is we kind of look at all of our materials, we kind of try and go through our school day, and we look at what needs to improve and what I'm forgetting, what curriculum am I forgetting. It's just kind of to see like this is what our day is going to look like. And so I thought this would be a good time to talk a little bit about how I set up my school day and what I found that helps me to set up my school day and make our day successful as far as just our time and scheduling our time. So right now, my youngest is 10 years old. It's been a while since I have had babies in my home, so I wanted to cover that topic and give you some pointers if you were in that stage of life. But I'm going to leave that for another time because I think it's go time right now. So if you're homeschooling and you're setting up your days, first of all, give yourself some time to adjust. I would say that week to week, or even in the next coming months, you may find something that works and doesn't work. So you just need to kind of jump in. It's kind of like jumping in the water. It's harder to wade in. It's easier to just jump in, and that actually will get you adjusted to the water faster. So here is my first suggestion for you, and the thing that has helped me the most when you're educating multiple kids is to come up with some sort of a schedule. So this would be a schedule that we hope to follow. You want to be flexible because there may be times in different subjects or days where something just takes you longer than others. But you could use a notebook. You could make it super official and look into different scheduling things you could buy from like the learning store. I would recommend Googling it because you might find a system that works for you that just wouldn't work for me. So let me show you the system that I made that works really well for me. So this is, actually I'm going to flip this around this way so I can see what you're seeing. Nope, I can't do that. Okay, so this is my schedule. I made this from construction paper. So here's my construction paper up here. This is let's see, I believe it's the 15, I can't remember how big of size it is. It's just the construction paper you can buy at you can probably find it at Walmart or the learning store, any kind of school supply store. And I have 5 kids, so I found out that it worked perfectly to chart 5 kids' day, and you can find these one by one sticky notes in the store, and that you can happen to be able to buy a pack that is 5 different colors in one packet, so that worked handy too. If you have more kids than that, maybe you could just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then add further. I don't know, but I had these laminated after I charted it out using a ruler and a pencil and marking all my squares, and then I timed I put all of my times in half-hour time increments, and if I have to break it down into 15, I just split my card in half like you see here. And so what this kind of does is it lets me plan my day. This is how we ended up last year. So I have not yet gone through to plan out my day for this school year, but I need to do that. That's the thing I need to do today because I went through to look at what work my kids have to do and where they're going to need me to teach them and where they can do something on their own. So what I did, I don't have any on here right now. Let me see. So I used to do a little asterisk. I don't have any like that. I used to do a little star on the subjects where the student was working with me. And then I would do a little C on the sticky note when that subject needed to use our computer. So since we were limited on our computer, I needed to make sure that it was organized in such a way where the computer was only being used by one student or I was teaching the subject. So that I think is a really important thing to think through your day to get it so that the students are doing something that where they don't need you and where they do need you, and you get that all figured out. So then on the other side, this is all largely empty right now, but this was their after school activity chart. So this is if you have one student or maybe you have two students, you could just make the chart like this and have one for each student. So you could even, have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and what they do. You could start this at 7 in the morning, and then each square, it's easy to change because schedules change sometimes, so the stickers just come off and you can put a new sticker on. But for me, I have used this one color coded for what activities the kids were in after school, their after school activities. So for example, my son was blue, and then each daughter had a different color, and so I used the color and I would put it on here to say what activity they were in after school. And I might have to do a video later so that you can see I would actually tear strips and write on there. It was kind of intricate, but it worked for us. It was visual for the whole family to see where everyone was, what everyone was supposed to be doing. And but it's important to know that you also need to have some flexibility. So if things don't go the way it's supposed to, you have to decide what you're going to do. Either skip a subject and finish something, or maybe stop the subject that you're behind on, that you're not done with, and go on to the next subject and leave whatever you didn't get done for homework later in the evening, something like that. So you as a teacher can decide. That's the joy of homeschool. So that's one thing I wanted to show you. And then I will show you, I have this cupboard here that where I store all of my stuff. Up on top, I bought this from the learning store, and it just keeps our files and some of our bigger things. And I don't know what else is up in here. Just some of our bigger things that need to lay flat. It's easily accessible. And then inside this cupboard is where I keep all of our curriculum that we need. It's behind closed doors. This over here is my teacher manuals. And all this here too is my teacher manuals. And then each kid has a section. So I'm not sure, I'll just say there's 4 sections here. 1, 2, 3, it's hard for me to do this. And then we do all about spelling and all about reading. And then this is our history and science and all of our extra books. Then down at the bottom, I have our science manipulatives and some resources down here. So that is my behind closed doors storage. I would recommend having, if you have workspace in your living space, which this is my living room or dining room, sorry, and this is largely where we do our work. So you can see how I have it set up. Then you can see behind me on the top of our desk, I have notebooks and composition notebooks, handwriting paper, graph paper, just kind of right up there. And then behind this closed door here, I have more school supplies. So that is how we have figured out to hold our school supplies. And then we also use a separate, let's see if you can see it here, a separate, sorry, we're getting back late. Okay, so in our living room, we have a shelf that has all of our library books on it so that we can keep it separate from our regular books. So that is largely how I store all of my stuff. And the last thing I'll show you is the desk space. So this, Micah's getting ready for work. So this is Micah's desk space here, and he keeps all of his work at his desk. And he's a junior this year. So we started keeping things this way when they got to be high school age. And then Clara's workspace, we have backlight, is here. So she keeps all of her stuff here at her desk. And then we also have desks for the younger girls that if they choose to study at their desks, they can. But all of our work, I have found, is easier to keep all of their books and notebooks and things out in one spot instead of at their desks, because I'm still largely overseeing their education. Whereas Micah and Clara in high school pretty much start and stop on their own, and then I go over their work on Fridays. So this is Ellie's space here. So this is her workspace. She's got a light that I'm not going to turn on. So that is a little space that we made. We just made these desks out of the shelf, the melamine shelves at Menards. And here is the younger girls' desk space. So their chair, here's their chair right now. I don't know what it's, yeah. So anyway, so they are able to do their schoolwork. We largely do our schoolwork in our living room, at our kitchen table, but they also have the option of going to their desk space. And actually today, they went downstairs. We have an unfinished basement, and they sat down here to do their schoolwork. So here's where they did their schoolwork today. So I have learned to be very flexible in where we do our work. I have found that it doesn't really matter that we have student desks. We did start our school process, our school journey with school desks, actual desks that they could sit at, but they rarely use them. So we ended up not keeping them. So I hope you found this video hopefully a little bit helpful, and happy homeschooling as you begin your first week of trying to arrange your family schedule and keep it all together. Just don't forget to give yourself some grace. Learning should be fun, so make sure that you take some time to do something that is more unusual to the traditional school day, so that your kids will realize that they can enjoy being homeschooled. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye.